I'm Eve from Mystic Rainbow Tarot. Thank you for tuning in today. So this is a requested update reading on JEON Yeo-BIN and Joong-ki. And they have recently starred in the K-drama Vincenzo. So I'm just going to shuffle the cards and see how they're doing at the moment. And I think that's been recently released. So let's see what they're up to. So JEON Yeo-BIN and Joong-ki. How is their connection together? Are they still in contact? Are they in a romance? Are they in a friendship relationship? What's going on with Yeo-BIN and Joong-ki? Tell us about Yeo-BIN and Joong-ki. How do these feel about each other? Do they talk, message each other? How are these two getting on these days? So put some cards down and see what's happening between these two. Okay, whoops, I think I'm going to have to move some cards over to fit everything on. Maybe push those, that's it, maybe get that on the end. There we are. So let's see how these are doing since they finished filming. So the first card we have is the Magician. So I hope that's in view for you to see. So I feel this relates to the beginning of these two, and this relationship could turn into a romance. And their connection could deepen, but either way there is a lot of playfulness between these two, and I do feel they want to make the most of things and are fond of each other. So the next card is the Eight of Inspiration. So this card is good news. It means they are messaging, because as you can see in the card, there's messages going back and forth between them. I do feel there's regular contact as well. It's not just the odd message, and it's over some sort of social media. And I think there's some good news, like discussions to do with an exciting opportunity about more acting roles that they're interested in. I also think they use sort of their work as an excuse to contact each other, because these two are definitely into each other in the way that there's a lot of chemistry and fondness between them. I think they want to talk a lot and find any reason to, because they really want to spend a lot of time together. They have a good close connection. So the next card is the Death card, and that doesn't mean that either of them or anybody's dying. It's not to do with that in this reading. So but what it is actually relating to is something is going to change, and I feel this relates to him because he's still being affected by a past relationship. This would be his past marriage and divorce, which affected him a lot and was very upsetting for him. But he is now at a point in his life where he knows he must let go of the past and put all that behind him so that he can move forward, as this has been holding him back from a new relationship, from new love. He does want a clean slate where he can forget about how his marriage went wrong, and he does realise that they weren't compatible for each other, him and his ex-wife. So he is going through this transformation of letting go of the past, which you can see with the card. There's the butterfly coming out of the cocoon in the card. So, and it does take a while to move on from past things. I think it's been about 2 years, so that's about the right time to move on from something. So the next card is the 8 of Voices. But the problem he does have is he's just overthinking things. And it's all about his past marriage, like I said, and why it didn't work out. And he mustn't feel like a failure. It's that kind of energy. He's holding himself back with also the thoughts that it's kind of a fear or a doubt. He doesn't know whether he can trust something again because he doesn't want to fail again. But he knows he has to move on. And he's the one unable to make a decision due to his fear of it not working out with her. He's maybe wondering if he'll ever take that chance again. But if he opened his eyes and learns to trust again, you know, there is everything he needs right in front of him. And I do feel Yeon-bin wants to help him with all this. So the next card is 6 of Materials. So I feel there is harmony in his connection with Yeon-bin, because there's an equal amount of give and take and their feelings are mutual. So they're both putting in the same amount of effort into their relationship, and I do feel they are happy when they're in contact and when they meet up. They do realise they have a good connection and they are sort of generous with each other. But he's still healing from his past. So although he feels it's time for him to move on, I think it will take a little bit of time, because it did kind of knock him for 6, his divorce. And this is the reason things have been delayed. Because although they do have this very special affectionate connection, him and Yeon-bin, he is still partly stuck in the past. So it's never nice when a marriage doesn't work out though. So the next card is the Sun. So I think these two, Joong-ki and Yeon-bin, you know, they have a lot of fun together. And he makes her laugh and she enjoys spending time with him. So there's a lot of positive energy around this relationship. He can forget the past for a while when he's with her. And I feel there will be a positive outcome to these two. The funny thing is, they're both looking for something long-term and stable. but he just doesn't want another mistake. So I hope he doesn't push her away with his insecurities. You know, just because his marriage failed doesn't mean to say they'll fail. I think they're a much better match, these two. So I think he could regret things if he doesn't take up this opportunity. And what's happening is he's allowing the past to influence his future, so that isn't great. So anyway, these two do have feelings for each other. You know, that what I mean by that is they're fond of each other, and that sort of thing can always progress. The next card is the Chariot. So I think they are taking things step by step, and that they'll be there for each other through the good and the bad times. But I do feel she wants him to make up his mind where this is going. She would like to have a clear direction, and it's just trying to make him make up his mind more, to help him move forward from the past. So I do feel that these two have something quite intense, and I think they're both very driven in their careers, and they're both hardworking and ambitious. But the thing with Joong-ki is he appears strong from the outside, but on the inside he's very vulnerable and emotional, and he doesn't want to get hurt again. So we don't want a situation where she sort of gives up waiting, do we? So let's hope that doesn't happen. So this is the Knight of Materials. So I think Yeon-Bin sees him as her knight in shining armor with this card. She sees he is patient and protective, and he is the type of person who would be faithful and not interested in cheating or playing the field, so that's always good. He also wants the same sort of comfortable lifestyle, so they have this in common. And he likes that she's very bubbly and outgoing and confident, and also he thinks she's very attractive. So she's definitely his type, and they get on really well. So let's see what the next card is. The next card is the Four of Emotions. This is about Joong-ki, who is sometimes, he's kind of locked up in his own thoughts about his past disappointment in love. As you can see in this card, he's not looking at what's in front of him and what he could have now. See the guy there, he's just looking down and thinking about the past instead of seeing what's here, which is her. Well, he sees her, but he's not really seeing what they could have. So instead of making the mistake of comparing things and thinking it might turn out the same, I think he should think again, you know, more positively. Like, if he starts something new, it could turn out, because he might miss out as he's focused on the past, and there's an opportunity here with her for love right in front of him. The next card is the Lovers. So there's a very strong attraction on both sides between these two. That's what I'm getting. And this does signify that their connection has a strong and solid base, but there's also something else here. He's got to make a choice, between two lovers. And here they are on the card. There's the two. And obviously one of these is his ex-wife, and the other one would be Yeon-bin, his present connection. So I do feel that this is an important friendship relationship between Joong-ki and Yeon-bin, and it's a soulmate connection. If he could, I mean, it is, but he's got to see it for what it is. It is an opportunity for love, but he's got to stop focusing on the past and his ex. But there's a funny thing about soulmates. Sometimes they can come into your life and you know them for a short time, and other times they're there for years or a lifetime. But I still think what they have is flourishing, and through each other they are discovering new parts of themselves. It is as if they can always see through the other one's confusion. So there is a reason for their connection anyway. It's helping him for sure. And I do feel he supports her with her work as well. So the next card is the Hierophant. So with this card, I'm getting that she feels safe when she's with him. And they both feel they can talk about things together that they're not able to speak about with anyone else. And that's another soulmate thing. So they are supportive of each other, and I do feel they share the same values and beliefs. And if you are on the same page as someone like that, that's a good basis for a relationship as well. So they do have this deep commitment to their friendship relationship. So that's there already. The next card is the Empress. So I feel that she is very caring towards him, and she's a good listener and always makes him feel comfortable in revealing his innermost feelings. So I think she's helping him with the past. I think he knows that she has a lot of self-respect and self-love, and that's why he's attracted to her. He sees her inner beauty as well as her outer beauty. So I feel this is a positive sign that their connection together will grow. And I feel it will mature and enter a new space where they will feel very comfortable with each other. And I think that he's going to be able to express himself more as time goes on to her, like feelings, and she will. And there's going to be a lot of compassion between them. She's going to be so understanding and talk about things with him. And he needs this to move on from past things, his past relationship. So I think these two will be fine for the foreseeable future, and they have a very caring relationship, and she just seems to make him feel good, and he's so happy when he's around her. So I'm just going to take my oracle cards and see if I can get any more on these two. So let me just shuffle these and pull a couple of cards to any messages about Yeon-bin and Joong-ki. Any more messages? Oops, these are not the easiest to shuffle because they're a heart shape, but I should do my best. Messages about Joong-ki and Yeon-bin. Is there anything else we can know? So let's see what we get. I'll just put these to one side. So I think when they're apart, he is thinking about her. And I just think they do have feelings, and she makes him very happy. She makes him feel good about himself, and that's the soulmate thing. That's when you know you're with a soulmate. I think she thinks about him too, and that's why they make, when they're apart. So I think that's why they make these excuses to contact each other, even though it's about work sort of thing. Oh, this is a nice one with a dove on. So so this is about a new adventure awaits them, and they could have so much together if he's just going to let go of the past and allow this to flourish. So oh, this is a nice card with a couple embracing each other. So so this is about a transformation, and we got that in the reading that's going to occur. And I think he's going to get to the stage where he accepts that the past is done, and what happened with his past marriage and the divorce that happened, he can't change the past, and he's going to move on and realize they just weren't compatible for each other, and stop blaming himself. It wasn't all down to him. He's going to accept the situation, and that's when he's going to have the transformation, and hopefully things will happen between these two then, because it will clear a space. Once you move on from an ex, you can finally let someone new come into your affections. You can sort of go forward with love yourself and allow love in. So anyway, that's the end of the reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next one. Sending you love and light. Bye for now.